You gotta hide stuff from him. Yeah, even though I did. You gotta hide stuff from him or anything like that. He's very understanding. He tries to see every side that's involved in whatever story or situation you bring to him. But he was definitely all three. He was.
Like my sister said, man, my pops he was all of it. It was mean, strict, stern, and understanding. He was all four because I feel like it was, 2 generations before us. It was his pops, him, and then us. So it was, he did everything that we wanted to do and thought we could do. So anything that was, that we was going through, we could have ran to pops and he would have let us know what it was. You feel me?
Noel, you love your father and why?
What was it?
You love your father and why?
Of course I love my father. Why? Because that's the person who created me. That's one of the people that drills motivation, inspiration into my head to be a man who I wish to become and the man that I can be proud of.
Not a good question.
I'm gonna cry. Do I love my dad? When people, y'all know the answer to that. Of course I love my dad. Like my brother said, he's the one that created me. I am a daddy's girl to the T. I call my dad about everything. Somebody make me mad. Oh my God, let me call my dad. I love my dad. Damn. Like I told y'all, can't nobody tell me nothing about my dad. That's my heart. And I'm crying.
Son, Jacques said.
Hell yeah, I love my pops. Why do I love my pops? Because he was always there. My pops is that man.
Next question. One thing you can change about your father, what would it be? If so, not
I don't think there's anything I would change about my dad. Not one thing. I love exactly who he has been, exactly who he is now. No matter what life throws at him, he never stops. He never stops. He finds a way. He makes a way out of nothing every time. And that's motivation for me. Even though I'm the only girl, it's motivation for me that no matter what life throws at you, because life be life, you never give up.
Same question, Noel.
One thing that I would change about my father is I wish he could be more understanding for the person that I am. I'm more of a antisocial person. And whenever he asks me if I'm okay, if anything's upset, and I just have a RBF on my face, and I tell him there's nothing wrong, he continues to ask, more questions like, "Are you sure?" and everything. I just want to reiterate that, I am fine, even though I'm not responsive. I'm cool. I'm vibing out. Everything else, no, I wouldn't change a thing about my father.
All right, number 10, Noel. Tell me how his presence and place and raising you, what kind of effect it has on you and your relationship together now and throughout time.
Well, my father wasn't always there when growing up, but he was there whenever he needed to be. Anything that we needed growing up, if my mother wasn't able to provide, or if she wasn't able to give answers to the questions that we were asking her, we could always go to our father and ask him the same questions. He'll give a more direct answer or try to be more understanding and giving the answer to the questions. So that affects our relationship now to this day, and it improves it a lot more than I ever wished for.
Same question, not.
Well, because I'm older, my daddy was always there. Yeah, he was always there. It was never a time that he wasn't there. Just because him and my mom weren't together doesn't mean he wasn't there. So he was always a phone call away. He was always a car ride up the street. Any of that. Anytime I needed my dad, any time of the night, he was there. It makes our relationship 100 times better now because, like I said, now that I'm a mom, raising a boy, anything that I need, any questions I have, I can call my dad about anything.
Same question, John. Tell me how his presence and place in raising you, what kind of effect it has on you now in your relationship together and from growing up.
Can you read the question one more time?
Tell me how his presence and place in raising you, what kind of effect it has on you and y'all in your relationship together now and throughout the time of growing up.
His presence, it was a huge effect on me because if he wasn't there, ain't no telling what I would have amounted to or been out here doing. So with him being there, I feel like it it made me, I didn't walk a straight line, but my line wasn't, left or right. I was on a pretty nice little path. So I feel like with him being there, it definitely helped me become the man I am today for sure.
That's pretty much it. Anything y'all want to say? This solo, it's from the, me off the chest about, what's going on, or about me, or whatever. Just, whatever. Don't.
Pops getting old, man. You gotta sit down some days. But there's nothing that I would change. I love my pops, and I wish he could understand the love I have for him more than what I can express in words.